He's got a very good arm. The ball comes out fast. A lot of quick game. A lot of screens. They do a good job getting the ball to the back of the passing game, but then they got two giants. These guys are big, long dudes. And the quarterback has a really good feel, back shoulder balls. Those guys have great body control, a good route runner. So got a little slot number 10, 3 good backs, 2, 8, and 6, good up front. I think one of the better offensive lines out there. And we're just well coordinated. So, I don't think that they'll vary from who they are. I mean, I'm sure, again, they'll have some game plan specific things to try to attack us, but when it's all said and done, they're going to do what they do.
What does it mean to you to see that Wilkins is named a unanimous All-American first team in his final season?
Well, it means he had another great year, for sure. And he came back, and I'm happy to see that it's been an amazing experience for him, to I think culminating with the Campbell Trophy. I think that was something that he'll remember for the rest of his life. What an unbelievable evening that was last Tuesday up in New York. I mean, he's up in front of, 2,500 people or so from, you name it, in the world of college football is there. And man, he just dominated the moment, and it was really cool to see that. So you don't get those experiences when you don't come back. So I think he came back and he exhausted and got everything that he could get out of this season. He had a lot of fun doing it. I don't think I've ever seen a guy have more fun playing college football than Christian, and so I'm really happy for him on and out off the field, and he's worked hard for those individual things. But he'd be the first one to tell you that he's the ultimate thing for him is to be out in California and win a national championship. And we're 4 great quarters away from having that opportunity. So it's truly a one-game season. We say that every week, but it really is, because if you don't take care of business in cleaning out your locker.
Having never been to the Cotton Bowl, what are you looking forward to most about Dallas and Dallas-Fort Worth in the bowl week?
Yeah, well, I've been to Dallas a bunch, and I think Dallas is a great town, and I think our guys will really enjoy that. But just the experience of the Cotton Bowl, everything in my world, the people that do what I do and that have experienced the hospitality of the Cotton Bowl, they just rave about it. I mean, and I've heard that for years. So I'm excited about experiencing that firsthand. Number one, we're at a great hotel, but being in that stadium, I mean, I've never been in there, and so I'm pumped up about having the opportunity to play in Jerry's World and kind of see what that's all about, see the Jumbotron and all that. So that's the biggest thing, and then having a chance to compete on the highest stage. I mean, this is very few people get the opportunity to do what we're getting the privilege of doing, and that's competing at the highest level on the biggest stage against Notre Dame. I mean, it's awesome, man. If you're a competitor, you relish those opportunities.
Coach, I thought it was interesting. I asked you last week about the red shirts, and you mentioned Skalski, of course, but you also mentioned Justin Maskell.
Yeah.
Is he really separated from the other red shirts in terms of being able to help you in the postseason?
Well, we can't play KJ anymore. He's used all his time up. So we've got 3 games left with Maskell, and we kind of planned it that way. And so he's just had a great year, man. He's really physically developed. I mean, he's had all the power hour. He's got an incredible motor and mindset. I love what I've seen out of him on the scout team all year. Just his readiness every single day. I mean, he is grinding, and he's going to be an outstanding player. So he's a guy that we've kind of moved up, and who knows if we'll get the opportunity, but we're going to have him ready. Fortunately, we're a pretty healthy team right now, and he's got some good guys in front of him, but it's nice to have a guy like that we can get ready.
Dabo, Mitch was wearing a yellow jersey out there. What's up with him? Just precautionary. What's up with Mitch?
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with Mitch. It's just a nice day off. That's it. He's fine.
Dabo, you talked about the experience that you guys have had going through this. How much of an edge? How much does it help that Christian's been through this 3 years and Cleveland's been through it a couple of times? Mitch and everybody else, Adam, everybody else.
Well, I think that they have a clear vision in their head. I think it helps when you can really see something and you can draw on your experiences because you've been there and done that. I think that really helps you a ton. And then those guys in turn can help the guys who haven't been there as far as just how we have to prepare, how you handle there's a lot more time that these guys have to manage once they get through finals, and we kind of get into some dead time. But how you handle yourself at the bowl site, and just the expectation of the schedule, and what they have to do here to get themselves ready when they get to the site. Because when you get to the site, it's different. It's different. Even though we got a full week, it's still different than being here at home with your prep. There's just a lot more going on, and the schedule's a little different. Your timing of practices are different. And so I think just that, and really understanding that's probably the biggest thing from a routine standpoint.
Schedule-wise, what do you hope to get done here before you leave, and then what's left once you get there?
Yeah, we'll finish here Wednesday afternoon, and we've got, I think, maybe 12 guys or so that'll graduate on Thursday, but our players will be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so it's not a very long break because we're going to meet 11:30 Sunday morning, have a quick meeting, a little light practice inside here, and then we'll load up and leave here. I think it's 1:45. We'll pull out and head to the airport, head to Dallas, and get out there and get situated. We'll have a staff meeting when we get out to Dallas. I think an 8:15 team meeting, kind of get all the logistical stuff out of the way, and then we'll have a true game prep week. So we'll have a Monday, and they're all the right days this year. It worked out. So Monday's actually Monday, So have a good Monday practice, and Tuesday we'll wake up, have a nice Christmas celebration and kind of a program for that, and then throw on the pads and go have full padded Tuesday practice that afternoon. So that's what we do. It'll be fun.
Get down there the 23rd.
What's that?
Y'all are getting there the 23rd.
Yeah, we'll get there 23rd.
I'm sorry if it's already been asked, but one of the national writers said this morning that he knows Brett Venables has been approached about 2 head coaching jobs, but just didn't even want to talk about it. What keeps him here?
He loves dealing with y'all. Y'all are his favorite media group. He knows if he left, he would not get a chance to hang out with y'all. So I owe that to y'all. No, he's I mean, I don't know if he has or hasn't or whatever, but I think that Brent is he loves Clemson. He loves our environment here. His family loves it here, and he loves what he does. There's nothing wrong with being the best at what you do, being passionate about it, and he's like that. And that doesn't mean that he won't be a head coach one day. It can take a very special situation, I think. Because again, I don't think he's driven by that. He's driven by pushing people backwards and not letting people score. He loves that, and he's passionate about these players and the guys that gets to coach every day. And like I said, and we've got an incredible relationship. I mean, he's just so awesome to work with every day. And so that's really it.
Yeah, but we know how you feel about wanting to enjoy the process and the process of winning and things like that. How much do you think that means to the players too? That they, and maybe why they come back? Why some come back?
I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I think that we try not to. Because it's a grind just to be able to compete at the highest level. But man, I want them to enjoy it. I don't want them to be grinded up. I don't want them to be miserable when we win. And that's we're not going to ever let that happen here. Not inside our walls. Other people can choose to be miserable if we win, if we didn't win a certain way or whatever. But that's not. I don't want that ever to be the mindset of our staff or our players. We're always trying to get better, and but at the end of the day, man, we celebrate the journey. And listen, and when we get beat, it's not. Nobody lost a leg or anything. I mean, let's learn from it. Hey, God never says oops. Let's grow. Let's get better, and let's keep climbing, man. It's all about the journey.
You know what I'm guessing too, that maybe you hear from former players who, maybe go to the NFL, meet with, guys from other programs. They compare notes.
Sure.
And you must come
Absolutely.
out on the favorable end of it.
all the time. You'd be very surprised the feedback we get.
Kind of dovetailing off of that, Brian Kelly was asked at his media availability, what is Clemson doing differently to keep consistently in this, 4 years in a row? How would you answer that? What are you doing differently here that other coaches aren't doing?
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to answer that because I don't really know what everybody does. I just know what we do, and we're just very committed to how we do things and who we recruit, who I hire, and I think that we're very disciplined when it comes to that. I mean, Clemson's not for everybody. This is a hard place, and I know that. There's a lot of structure, a lot of accountability, and I'm gonna hold everybody accountable. It doesn't mean that young people don't make mistakes or sometimes let you down or disappoint you, but we try to recruit people first. I recruit people first as coaches, and players second. You can't just be a good player and come to Clemson. You gotta be more than that. So we've been very disciplined to our formula, our criteria. I think we've evaluated extremely well. We don't worry about what other people think. Whether he's a great player in some people's eyes and we don't think so, or he's a bad player in other people's eyes, but we think he's a great player. We're very disciplined when it comes to that. We know the fit, and then we have just incredible support, and then just our processes that we have in place as far as how we do everything in our program. And then we start over every year. Every year from like nobody knows anything, and so. How we practice, how we train, our off-season program. I mean, it's just it's our daily messaging. I mean, it's a holistic approach, man. It's not lightning in a bottle. It's hard to be consistent. I love Coach Saban. In fact, he said something. We had our little press conference thing last week, and I appreciated what he said. And he was right. He said, there's been a lot of books written on how to be successful, but there's not many written on how to stay successful. That's really hard. And that's why I have such a great appreciation for our program and what we've been able to do. And in particular, this team. I mean, we go 13-0 and win 11 of the games by 20 points or more. And I mean, these guys have been dominant. Not perfect. I hadn't seen a team perfect, but they've just been so focused. And to win 4 championships in a row is incredible. And I love this team, and I want to do everything I can to help them have the best possible finish. And so we don't have any regrets. And hey, if the opponent's better than us, you shake their hand and you move on. You gave it all you got, and that's just competition. But these guys, all 4 teams deserve to be where they are, but only one team is going to earn their way to the top, and we got a lot of work to do that.
Coach, I know the Burlsworth trophy means a lot to you as a former walk-on yourself. How good was it to see Hunter win that?
Oh, it was super cool. I've been waiting to vote him for 3 years. I didn't know the criteria at first. I remember the first time I got that, I'm like, man, I got a guy. And but you got to be a senior. So I was really excited to nominate him, and great to see him win it. I just think that's just one of the cooler awards out there, and he epitomizes what that award's all about for sure. Happy for all of our guys, all the recognition. We got a bunch of all-conference, all-Americans, on and on and on and on and on. And all that stuff comes through team. And I think ultimately, our guys are about just trying to hit our team goals. Because we got one left, and if we hit that one, it's going to have been a good year, for sure.
Coach, now that prep has started and you guys are, getting ready for this playoff run, does it still feel like you guys are in the Alabama Invitational?
Alabama Invitational. Well, I've heard that one. I don't know. I definitely think it's Alabama and the rest of y'all, which we're a part of that. So I still think we're on the Roy bus. We're driving though. We're in the front seat of the Roy bus. But I think it's definitely the rest of us. I mean, Alabama's. They've been unbelievable. Somebody asked me the other day, are they becoming a rival? And I'm like, well, you gotta win a few times before it can really be a rivalry. I think. They've just been unbelievably dominant. It's incredible, what they've done over the last 10 years and the championships that they've won. And You know, they're tough. They're tough out for everybody. So, like I said, they're on bus 1, 2, and 3, and then the rest of y'all, we're on bus 4. Just hoping that you know, we can get it done.
Yeah, but not only the experience for the players, but the coaching staff having this being the 4th year doing this, are there things you can take from that, and then anything in particular that maybe is that you'll tweak from last year or from years past going into this year?
Not really. I mean, we've learned a lot. I mean, I think it definitely helps, even for, you know, just the players standpoint, but us coaches as far as how we manage our prep, manage our installation, not peak too much, too soon, all that stuff, and you know, what's too much. There's a lot of things that how we handle our schedule at the site and so forth. I think that's critical, but as far as tweaking it, not tweaking a whole lot. I mean, you know, we believe in our plan. The biggest thing this year that's a little different is because the schedule's changed. I mean, this game is just the earliest this game has been, and so that's very different. We haven't played this early since, I guess, the Russell Athletic Bowl. So we're going to be there for Christmas. That's very different. We've been home for Christmas. So, like I said, gave them a few more days on the front end, but we played all the way through the championship game. I know Notre Dame, I think, started this past weekend. So that part's a little different. A little more time on the front end, a little less time on the back end before we head that way.
A little different kind of intensity for the Russell Athletic Bowl than this one.
Oh, man, it was intense. I promise you. I love all the bowls. I love, like I said, whether you're in the playoff or you're in a bowl, you got a chance to play and end your season with a win. You know, that goal will never change, win the closer. You know, with that Russell Athletic Bowl, we were playing a great team and we were picked to lose. And my man Cole Stout got the MVP, and that was one of the funnest games I've been at. That was Jeff and Tony's first game, Streeter's first game. It was a lot of fun getting ready for that game.
We get to go shopping in Alabama this year?
No, you know, this is going to be the first year I don't get home because, again, we're gonna have Christmas in Dallas, and my mom will be there and all that. So we're actually going to stay here, and I've got a deal worked out with Santa. He's going to come early to my house, and you know, Cass family's going to come up here, so we'll have some Christmas with them, and then the rest of my family will be together in Dallas. So a little different this year. I'm going to miss my annual stops, but I'll still hit Walmart and Dick's and, you know, all the local spots around here.
Anything special planned for Christmas Day with the team down there?
Yeah, we'll have Cass kind of working on all that. While otherwise, we'll have a nice Christmas program for all the families. We'll have some fun. Probably have a few performances and things like that. So we'll celebrate it for sure, and make sure we got ample time dedicated to that. And then, like I said, meetings and go practice that afternoon. So it'll be good.
Is that part of it bittersweet, having to work on Christmas?
Yeah. I mean, I think you know, if you grow up with traditions in your family, it's always nice to be able to get home and kind of have those moments. But I've spent I don't know, I've been in the Music City Bowl 3 times. I've been down there in Orlando a couple times. So it's probably my Will, when he was a baby, his very first Christmas, we were in a hotel in Nashville. We had a little bitty tree on our little bedside table there, and you know, it was very first Christmas. I'll never forget it. Playing Virginia Tech in the Ice Bowl. There was awful. But anyway, yeah. So 5 or 6 Christmas, that's different. But you know, it's just you just embrace it. I mean, it's a blessing. I'm thankful that we're getting the opportunity, and it is what it is. And you know, and it's neat. I mean, we spend Thanksgiving together every year with the team, and so this will be one of those unique experiences. My first time as a player in the '91 Blockbuster Bowl. First time I had ever not been at home for Christmas. I'll never forget it. You know, you're calling grandma and you're calling, you know, see what's going on, what's everybody doing. You know, you're thinking about all your routines at home, and me and my roommate are, you know, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, just, you know, looking at each other. Merry Christmas. But I'll never forget that. That was such a cool experience for me, you know, as a, whatever I was, 19, 20-year-old, and a new experience. So I think it's just, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll make it a great day. And at the end of the day, it's all about going and trying to win this game.
you had your advanced team go out to the Cotton Bowl, did they come back with anything that were like wow or the kind of stood
Yeah,
out to
they
you?
said the stadium was amazing. I've never been there. Some of y'all, I'm sure, have been there, but I've never been there, so I'm excited about that. We'll practice there. They've got a nice setup for us, and because it's very different. It's going to be a really, really unique situation. So I can't wait to see it. But they just blown away by the awesomeness of Jerry's world. So it'll be cool.
Pretty incredible.
All right.
Well, thank you.